Hezbollah was using them with deadly effectiveness. The Lebanon war was going increasingly high-tech.
Israel developed the Merkava and turned it into a symbol of Israeli military technology. It showed it off to all the armies of the world. It became a legend. And so, in response to this, Hezbollah acquired weapons with the aim of destroying the Merkava. They developed, and we developed too, and we surprised them.
Hezbollah fighters were waiting in tunnels and bunkers. To the surprise of the Israelis, they kept emerging like ghosts to strike the tanks entering Lebanese villages.
Hezbollah was waiting for the tanks, and they knew exactly how to hit them. They knew exactly where the soft spots are, and they used missiles, and we have lost several of the tanks and a lot of soldiers.
Such losses were of great concern to the Israelis. The Merkava tank was a powerful symbol of Israel's military superiority. Yet well-armed and well-trained Hezbollah guerrillas were firing at the tanks from very close range and scoring direct hits. It seemed as if the ghosts of a past war were coming back to haunt the Israelis.
The Israelis were facing another war, a war like that of '73. Its opponents had determination and modern weapons, and so the Merkava was in a situation against Hezbollah fighters similar to that of Israeli tanks against Egyptian infantry in '73.
After losing several tanks and sustaining casualties, the Israelis chose to advance via a different route. This second thrust took them through this area, called Wadi Lahjar.
It was a little, small wadi, narrow valley, that curved like a snake. The Israeli tanks got trapped in this small wadi, and many were destroyed by Hezbollah. And of course, find it very difficult to bypass or get past either the lead tanks that had been destroyed or some of the rear tanks that had been destroyed. And that left them in a very difficult situation, and they had to retreat.
Back in Israel itself, Israelis were still coming under attack from Hezbollah rockets. After 33 days of war, Israel had failed to achieve its goals of destroying Hezbollah and winning back 2 of its soldiers captured at the very beginning of the latest fighting. Hezbollah claimed victory.
المقاومة اليوم تملك أكثر من 20,000 صاروخ.
Here in Israel, the mood was somber. Serious questions were raised about the level of the army's preparedness and performance. The government set up a commission of inquiry to investigate and draw lessons from Israel's failures in its 2006 war in Lebanon. According to the Israelis, of the 370 Merkava tanks involved in the war, 49 of them had been hit by Hezbollah. God's chariot was not living up to its name or its reputation. Beyond its technical and military capabilities, Israel's main battle tank, the Merkava, is a potent weapon of psychological warfare. It is a statement of Israel's military power and a symbol of Israel's determination to dominate the Arabs. Israelis were only too keen to publicize this power. Promotional videos extolling the Merkava's benefits were posted on the internet. Yet Israel's enemies also proved media savvy. The Al-Manar television station, owned and run by Hezbollah, broadcast its own edited version of the Israeli videos. Except Hezbollah's message about the Merkava was wholly different. During the 2006 war in Lebanon, Israel targeted Al-Manar TV station in an attempt to stop its broadcasts. Ali Shuaib is a correspondent for Al-Manar. Here in the town of Nabatia, he showed us the building in which he used to work before it was destroyed by an Israeli aerial attack in the 2006 war. Hezbollah had declined to give us an interview with its fighters. But Ali Shuaib was able to provide an insight into the mindset of these fighters. During the war, he embedded himself with a Hezbollah guerrilla unit.
It was a matter of determination. Hezbollah fighters would not fire their anti-tank missiles until they were 100% sure they could strike a Merkava. Some Merkavas were destroyed from only 20 meters away.
The issue was not the technology of the missiles, as the Israelis claimed after the war. The issue was determination, creativity, and innovation in the battlefield.
Even some Israelis believe the mental qualities displayed by Hezbollah guerrillas proved an advantage, despite the fact they were outgunned.
If you are handling a situation in a battlefield when the Merkava is against some half Shahid, it's a problem. It's a matter of determination, not a matter of a well-designed tank, which the Merkava is.
Israel had years of experience fighting Hezbollah during its 22-year occupation of South Lebanon. Yet in the Merkava, the Israelis were still deploying a weapon originally designed in the 1970s for large-scale tank warfare between nation-states.
The Israelis used to rely on tanks because they manifested their prestige. But after the Lebanon War, this is not the case to the same extent. Israel's enemy today is not an army like that of Syria or Egypt, but rather guerrilla movements.
Guerrilla warfare usually pits a smaller force against a conventionally more powerful enemy, as in Vietnam, Afghanistan, and Iraq today.